This is my 2009 Saturn Sky Redline, and I wanted to walk around it and show some in-depth details about the car and specifics. I've posted an ad for it for sale online, and so I wanted to show a few details, things up close, a little video of some features of the car. So for the basics, it's a 2009 model, which was the last full production year for this car. There were a couple made in 2010, but besides that, that's pretty much it. This car right now has 6,200 miles on it. 62 and something is the last I've checked. I drive it once a month, and as you can tell, I store it in this RV garage. Just driven on very nice days. So I've checked online and I've looked around. I'm actually pretty interested in cars like this, and I've enjoyed having friends that have cars similar to this or the Pontiac Solstice. And according to what I've found online, I haven't found another Kappa Roadster, which is what these are called, with this low of miles on it. So just wanted to go over it and show really in detail how clean this car is. I think of it as a survivor car, being that they haven't been made for 6 or 7 years. The average Sky Solstice has from 70,000 to 100,000 miles on it. So that's why I've chosen to collect this car. It has, obviously it's yellow, it got that special option color, which was, I believe there were 300 of them made in this yellow color. And as it's being the Redline package, it has every option you can get on this car except for a cup holder in the center. So an extra cup holder, that is. So I'm going to show a few features of the car. This is the key. I actually have 3 sets of keys for it. The 2 are originals, and then 1 was made just to have as a backup for the car in case the other 2 get lost. So we're going to go ahead and open it up here. I'll show the inside here. And as you can see, the camera won't do justice, but this interior is perfect. There aren't any flaws in it. I'd say it's well preserved for being that it's 6-7 years old. I'll go ahead and sit down in it. Show the odometer here. Hopefully it'll come up. Alright, so we're looking at I guess we have to close the door for it to tell us how old it is. We'll cycle through the menu here and hit this info button. There's a boost gauge, 6204 right now. So, like I said, I haven't found any other cars like this that have this low of miles. And if there are, I'd like to see them too, because like I said, I love these cars. I enjoy them, and it's good to see cars that are protected and well taken care of. So cycling through, we have trip options for how far you've driven on a certain trip, fuel range, average miles per gallon. Now that's 19, and obviously when I drive this car, it's not beaten, but it's run pretty hard. And but with how efficient the Ecotec engine is, it really gets outstanding mileage. So as far as fuel, I've only put 91 octane in this car, top tier, no matter what, and which really helps out because I've actually had a tune put on this. When the Saturn Sky and the Pontiac Solstice were made in the Redline option with the 2.0 turbo, they were detuned for EPA requirements, and so you can have this tune put on it, and from what I've been told, it doesn't void the factory warranty that this car comes with, and it just frees up a couple more horsepower. I actually had that set and tuned so that you can turn it on and off with this cruise control button. So as the cruise control is on, the tune is off, and it's a stock vehicle. And as it's off, it adds quite a bit of horsepower. Actually, on the graph, it said an estimated 330 horsepower conservatively. So that's a good thing. And it also tuned the transmission. This is a 5-speed automatic stock from the factory. They shift super fast, seamless. They're really good transmissions for performance. But that tune actually changes the transmission as well to make it respond faster. So obviously that would be something for a racing application. This car doesn't get raced very often. It doesn't, it's not abused or beat up or anything like that, but it is good to have that extra horsepower just for the fun of it. So looking around in here, just as standard with all the Saturn Skies, you'll have this little storage compartment. And maybe I should turn on some lights. I don't know how much we'll see here, but that's just a standard storage compartment. The cup holder option I was talking about is right here, and this just has a plate in the place of it. So from the factory it wasn't an option, but the only option this car didn't get. There's a cup holder here also. With anyone who's familiar with these cars knows that this is just a standard thing. Honestly, I'm not really too happy about it because it can dig into the passenger's leg as they're sitting there, but other than that, I mean, it's good to have that cup holder. Some cars are made without them. This car has the OnStar emergency options here, so you can see, kind of hard to tell in the dark, but that was one of the features that it had. As far as performance, ABS, ESC, it has all those options, which is controlled from the switch right down here, the traction switch. Cycling through, you could turn the traction off. You could turn it into competitive mode, which I like. I prefer that. So if the car starts to spin out, it actually uses ESC to brake the wheels individually to get you back on track and straight and safe. And then, of course, a little trick that a lot of people will tell you on the forums is you can hold this down. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, it turns the ESC mode off, and that gives you complete control of the car. It turns off the traction control limiting system completely. So just a couple tricks and tips. And as you look at this, it's the interior has a piano black surface. That was one of the things people liked about the Saturn Sky. Without a doubt, power windows, power seats, adjustable seats. That's always a good thing to have. I'll go ahead and show taking the top down. It's pretty simple. There's a button in the glove compartment right here. You can push that button. You could also use the key. It has a trunk button. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. And in order to do that, there's a latch on the inside. I should have shown. I just went ahead and undid it. You lift the back. Pull the top down, and it kind of forces itself into where it needs to go, and then shut this, and then you have the convertible aspect here. So I think the next thing to do would be look under the hood, but first I'll show some of the interior now that we have better lighting. So you have the Sky Redline floor mats, Sky Redline stitched in the seats. Just like I said, everything is top of the line with this car. So we'll look under the hood now. So I'm not going to open it too far because we have some pipes up there I don't want it to touch, but it has the Ecotec SIDI turbo. It's a direct injection system, single turbo engine, produces stock 17 psi. It's from 17 to 19 at the top end. With the tune, it's able to go up to 24 psi now, as long as it's in a gear where it handles the load, which makes a very big difference for performance. So as far as the trunk goes, we'll open that back up again to show the capacity. The thing about these cars is you don't have much trunk space when the top's down. You can still fit a suitcase. I've put blankets back there before. With the top up, you fit a little bit more. So pretty simple. This car got an option package from GM. It's called the tire inflator package, which it has a kit to fix a flat tire in the back with an air compressor. So I prefer that because if this car ever had a flat tire or anything like that, I would be replacing the wheel before I did anything else to it, just because I don't like putting donuts or spare tires on cars and driving them around. So we'll just take a look around the car real quick here before I end the video, just to show in detail This car really is clean. It's preserved. It's perfect. These are the stock tires that came with the car here that you can see, and still have plenty of tread. With only 6,000 miles. The front are just about the same. And I believe they're Eagle F1s. Yeah, Eagle F1s are the factory tires. Overall, all around their disc brakes. Maybe we can get some more light on here. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of these chrome wheels. The yellow color, yellow option is really good when you have chrome accessories like the front bumper piece that we see there. And another option the Redline got was black covered the black surface inside of the taillight, and I like that. It adds a little bit of a good contrast look. For anyone who's curious, here's the VIN number. I'll show it in the video. And overall, just a real super clean car. Very happy to have it, and I'd be sad to see it go. I'd be happy to keep it. So just figured I'd make this in detail video, and thanks for watching. Enjoy.